Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're taking a look at the 1995 Porsche 911 Carrera 2, which has been resto-modded by Gunther Werks, and it's based on the 1993 version of the 911, which was produced between 1994 and 1998. And yeah, resto-modded basically means restoring an old car, but also modifying it to be a little bit better in terms of performance, or change the looks, or just be a bit more modern. And yeah, this has been modernised in several ways. And Gunther Werks were originally known for making aftermarket wheels, but this is their first custom made car, with 25 being built. And changes to the standard 911 include wider front and rear tyres, carbon ceramic brakes, an all carbon fibre body, no rear seats and lighter wheels, and an overall reduction in £178 over the lightest 911 Carrera, or 911 from that period, in the form of the GT2. Now it weighs £2,677, which, like I said, is £178 lighter than that GT2, which in Porsche's own way was supposed to be the lightest version of this car. But Gunther Werks have gone one step further, and I have to say I'm really impressed by this resto mod, because a lot of resto modded vehicles are a little bit over the top. They usually go way overboard in terms of power. They radically alter the styling and the whole ethos of what the car was originally supposed to be about. But with this, they've really done it tastefully. I really like the wheels, I really like the overall looks of the vehicle. It's not too different from the standard car, but it's different enough to set itself apart. I do like the wider stance that it's got going on. The carbon fibre body isn't overbearing. It's not really painted over, but it's enough so you don't see the weave from a distance, but obviously the closer you get you can see it. And it's got a nice little decals. The only thing I don't like is this blue X on the back here, but I do like the fact that it's mesh and you can actually see the engine, something which modern Porsches really don't like you seeing. And like I said, there's no rear seats, it's just a fire extinguisher behind there. But yeah, it's really nicely done interior wise as well. You've got Gunther Werks on the inside of the doors there. And it's technically called the 400R. So as you can see, it says there, limited edition of car number 25 or something. It's saying there. I can't really zoom in and see what it says, but yeah, it's really nicely done in here. Some of these parts and dials and lights and all that lot are all originally made by Gunther Werks themselves, so it's not all original Porsche, but it still looks original in a lot of ways. So I'm really pleased with the way that they've done this. And mechanically they've done a good job as well, as the largest engine you could get in an original 993 was a 3.8 litre flat 6, whereas this is a 4 litre flat 6 producing 431 horsepower and 315 pounds-feet of torque. So that's actually 7 horsepower more than the same year GT2, though it is 83 pounds-feet of torque less, because this isn't twin turbocharged like that GT2 is. But to be honest, I'm fine with that, because a naturally aspirated flat 6 is all the better without turbocharging. And because it is actually lighter than that GT2, is actually quicker in terms of acceleration, and because it doesn't have a giant rear wing on the back, it has the ducktail spoiler, it's actually slightly quicker at the top end as well. But to see how good this car does in terms of performance, I'm going to take it out into the open road and see exactly what it can do. So yeah, it might not be as powerful in terms of torque as the GT2, but it doesn't really feel any slower. As I said, it is actually slightly faster in terms of acceleration, but because it isn't turbocharged, it's a nice high revving flat 6 engine, as I'll let you hear for a sec.
You have arrived at your destination.
So yeah, it's a really nice high revving engine, as you can see, near the 8,000 RPM limit, and no turbo lag as well, because you ain't got those twin turbos attached. So acceleration wise, 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, and 0 to 108.6 seconds, and it going to a top speed of 183 mile an hour. And that's 2 mile an hour quicker than the GT2, 0.3 of a second quicker to 60, and 0.1 of a second quicker to 100. So not a massive amount, which is why I like this car so much, because it's slightly quicker, slightly more powerful, and slightly better in terms of handling and braking and all that lot. But it's not so much that it's removed from the whole feel of what the original car was like, which is a great, you know, balance that they've achieved, to be honest. And considering this is their first custom modded vehicle, yeah, I'm mightily impressed by what they've been able to do. Now, granted, this sets you back a hell of a lot of money. I'm hearing around $600,000 for one of these, but considering how rare it is and how good it actually is to drive, it turns in really nicely. It's really nice and nimble as well, despite the fact it's got those really rather thick tyres rear and front. Yeah, it's just so agile for a car like this, which is obviously completely different to modern 911s, because they are obviously a lot longer, a lot bigger, a lot heavier, whereas this, with its short wheelbase and lightweight body and no rear seats and lighter wheels, and obviously those carbon ceramic brakes, which are not only lighter than steel brakes, but also a lot better in terms of stopping the vehicle, as I'll show you now. Yeah, really doesn't take much at all to stop this car. It's a little bit tricky to get off the line at times, because it's got those fat rear tyres and obviously the engine is at the rear. But if you get it right, you are going to launch really rather easily and yeah, effectively. So yeah, cracking vehicle this, and you're probably wondering how you're going to get it. Well, like the Ferrari Portofino that we reviewed in the last review video, you get this by doing the Horizon promo, where you have to get 100 unique cars. With the Ferrari, you have to get 200 unique cars for this. But again, didn't take much extra effort over the Ferrari to get the extra 100 cars. Just did it the same way I did with that car, and just basically enter races in different types of vehicles and take a photo at the start of the race and go from there. And yeah, easily got to 200. In fact, I'm over 200 as it is now. I think I'm on about 209. So yeah, it's a really good vehicle. It's easily one of my favourite resto modded vehicles we've had on this game, because we've had several other vehicles, a couple from Liberty Design for instance, which were alright, but yeah, this does it a whole lot better in terms of balancing between what the classic car was and also melding it with modern technology and modern expectations in terms of performance and handling. So yeah, brilliant vehicle, and well worth the effort of getting 200 unique vehicles photographed, because yeah, it's easily one of my favourite Porsches on this game and one of my favourite cars added to the game after it originally released. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.